Alright guys, we've got the Note 10 Plus versus the V60. Very interesting comparison for 2022 if you're in the market for an older flagship phone. The V60 is actually cheaper than the Note 10 Plus. You can get this for 300 bucks now, and then the Note 10 Plus is almost kind of trending around that 400 to around 380. That's the cheapest. And again, you can find a little bit cheaper if you shop around. In general, it's going to be more expensive still than the V60. They're both running Android 11. Now, the Note 10 Plus has the Snapdragon 855, 12 gigs of RAM. V60, the Snapdragon 865. 8 gigs of RAM here. So they both have very interesting, unique things about them. We got the headphone jack with the dual screen case capability for the V60, and then with the Note 10 Plus, we have that really cool built-in stylus capability. Let's go ahead and open some apps, and we'll check out the cameras and speakers. V60 got in there slightly faster, as we would expect here. Now, I do really like the screen a little bit more on the Note 10 Plus here. They're both really nice looking displays, great color, but I do like the thinner bezels on the Note 10 Plus. Yeah, it's pretty much a tie. They both loaded up that video at the same time. And that looks like almost a tie too. Yeah, so these are actually way more on track than I thought. Even with the A65 chip, it looks like the Note 10 Plus is really like neck to neck, and it beat it right there. This tempo run is not updated on the V60. But the V60 got in there. So it might be a little bit faster at loading games, and we just got a random crash. That's why I didn't update it, because the tempo run, the new version, is really laggy. I mean, not laggy, but buggy. Okay. Note 10 Plus got in there super fast. So as you guys can see how impressive the Note 10 Plus is, and this has a lot to do, and even if we look at like compare this to newer phones like the newer iPhone and stuff like that, it's got a lot to do with Samsung optimizing One UI, I think, in making this phone really fast over the years. So a lot of people, they think that older phones are getting slowed down so companies can sell, you know, the newer ones, but it's really not the case, as we're seeing. The Note 10 Plus seems like it's been getting faster, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and launch PUBG. The gaming experience is going to be pretty much the same. The Note 10 Plus can play games at high settings, and the V60 can also play games at high settings, so there's not a massive difference there. I will say I think the V60 has better battery life, especially for gaming, so you can play games longer than the Note 10 Plus. But as far as just sheer performance, it's just not a difference. You can play both at HDR Extreme if you want to. I don't know why this is stuck on HDR, I'm not sure. But yeah, like I said, now I think that if you get the dual screen case with the V60, the games that are compatible, then I think the gaming experience becomes a little bit better on the V60 as well. So it really depends on what route you want to go. But as far as just sheer raw power, these phones are still very capable of playing the latest games. Alright, I'll go ahead and show you guys some side-by-side stills for the cameras, but let's go over these specs first. The V60 has a 64 megapixel standard, 13 megapixel ultra wide with a 0.3 depth sensor. It actually shoots in 8K 30, and then a 10 megapixel selfie that shoots in 4K 30. Now the Note 10 Plus, it does have technically a quad camera setup, a 12 megapixel standard, 12 megapixel telephoto, 16 megapixel ultra wide with a 0.3 depth sensor, and then it shoots in 4K 60, and then you have a 10 megapixel selfie that shoots in 4K 30. Let's go ahead and check out those side by side stills. Be sure to let me know what you guys think. Alright, we got both speakers at max volume. We're going to start with the V60. Alright, so to no surprise, the V60 is just the it's not like it's overwhelmingly louder, but it just has a more fuller, bassier sound to it. Just just slightly louder. And yeah, the Note 10 Plus just doesn't thump as hard. Now, if I turn Dolby Atmos off, we get a little bit more bass. Yeah, but it doesn't really matter because the V60 is still louder and it's still hitting harder. Yeah, so that top speaker on the V60 is louder than the Note 10's top speaker. I think that's what's really doing it. Alright, so that is pretty much it. Be sure to let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.